说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, elementaries. This is Chinese Pod coming to you from Shanghai, China. We have lessons in spoken Mandarin. My name is Ken Carroll.
And I'm Jenny.
Now, today we have a very cultural show for you. Cultural
A
with
very
the
arty show.
arty, as in cultural with the capital C, right?
Yes,
The big C.
yes.
Because we're talking about art.
We're going to an art museum.
An art museum. Good. Let's have a couple of words here before we do. How do you say the word for art in Chinese?
美术,美术.
美术.
Third and fourth tone.
Third and fourth tone. Now, actually, 美术, in fact, refers to what we might call sort of
Fine art.
fine art, indeed. There's another term for art or the arts in general, and that would be
艺术,艺术.
good. So let's just to compare them again. Let's hear the two of them.
美术,美术,艺术,艺术.
There you go. Art and culture. Okay, so let's have a dialogue. We'll listen to it 3 times, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
对话第一遍。
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
第二遍。
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
第三遍。
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
Okay, let's translate.
我们去美术馆吧。
Let's go to the art museum.
我们去美术馆吧。
Let's go to the art gallery.
我们去美术馆吧。为什么？
Why?
为什么？
Why?
为什么？我想看看画。
I want to see the paintings.
我想看看画。
I want to look at the paintings.
我想看看画。你自己去吧，我不懂艺术。
You go yourself. I'm not really into art.
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术。
You go ahead. I don't really understand art.
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术。我也不懂，去看看嘛。
I don't really understand either. Let's just go and have a look.
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
I don't understand either. Let's just go and take a look.
我也不懂，去看看嘛。我不想去，
I don't want to go.
我不想去，
I don't want to go.
我不想去。
Now, we're not trying to suggest anything here, right? Nor,
What are we not suggesting?
well,
Ken?
we're not suggesting that you should, not giving you the means to refuse to go to the art gallery, right? To
no.
sort of, to proclaim yourself a Philistine, this just happened this way, grammatically.
Yes.
And lexically.
Yeah.
And we encourage you all to go to the art gallery anytime, including in China.
Yeah, in China, I'm not sure about art galleries, but most of museums will be admission free this
yes,
year.
that
Yeah.
is correct.
So
Wonderful.
Take opportunity, take advantage of that.
Indeed, and there are also some foreign artists on whose work is on display here this year. A lot of new stuff happening. It's great.
Yes.
Great to see it. So we're going to be talking about art and artists a little bit in a few minutes. Not that we're going to get all arty-farty, but because we wouldn't even know how to do that. But what we can do is just offer our two bits into the world of art, as it were.
Yes, and art in language terms.
Indeed, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at it from the top.
我们去 美术馆吧。
Now, in this case, it's the art gallery. It's an art gallery, but essentially the art museum.
Not the place where you go and buy art.
That's
but,
right.
Yeah, you see it on display.
That's right. To me, an art gallery could be a new gallery or it could be a museum, to be honest. But let's make the distinction here. This is a museum of art because it's called the...
美术馆
Now, the mei here is the third tone, and it is
Correct.
the
美丽 as in beautiful.
beautiful, as in 美国,
Yes.
right? Beautiful. Now, and the shu, mei shu, tell us about this.
术 means techniques
Techniques,
or skills.
skills. Okay.
So it's skill of beauty.
Wow, the beauty skill.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
美术
Mei shu. And then the mei shu guan, a third tone again. Tell us, this guan is another interesting word.
very high frequency
Yes,
word. It means a sort of large closed space.
Yes.
For example, 博物馆博物馆
Museum.
or 图书馆图书馆
The library, of course.
Yes.
And other guans also, aren't there?
Like 体育馆 an indoor stadium.
Indeed. Any more? Bing guan.
宾馆 a hotel.
Where
yeah.
you go. Now, so you meet this particular item in many, many contexts.
Yes.
Guan, third tone. So let's hear again one more time in this context, which is art museum.
Museum. 美术馆美术馆
Great. Now, why? 为什么? Why would anybody want to go there? Well,
我想看看画我想看看画
now this sounds slightly frivolous.
Why?
我想看看画. I want
Too
to see
light.
some pictures. Yeah.
Want to see some painting?
I want to see some painting. Hua, fourth tone here.
Yes.
Now, also an interesting word. Tell us a little about hua.
画 could mean both paintings or drawings
Okay.
in Chinese.
Paintings or drawings. Now, fourth tone. So the verb to draw is,
画
and to paint also.
also 画
Hua. There you go. Now, I was confused the word for flower with the word for painting.
flower is 花
First tone.
花 and
Great.
this is 画
Now, maybe the mnemonic could be you see the flower first and then you paint it.
Yes.
And so the verb to paint a flower would be,
画花画花
so whichever way you want to do it. I think you see the flower first and then you paint it.
Yes.
And that would be,
画
there you go. Don't forget. It does sound slightly frivolous. Oh, let's go and take a quick look. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Well, let's have a look at the...
That's a very lighthearted approach to
That's
museums
fine.
and
That's
art.
fine, but it just sounds...
But the friend still not moved.
Indeed.
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术。你自己去吧，我不懂艺术。
No, 你自己去吧. The particle ba here softens it, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yes, softens it and adds a bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging you to go by yourself.
Yeah.
自己去吧。
You just said 你
Leave
自己
me alone.
Exactly. But if you just said 你自己去,
自己去.
that would just be like an order.
It's very
Go ahead.
class.
It wouldn't even
yeah.
be go ahead, it would be go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in fact, neither of these individuals understands art.
我也不懂。Well, here we have an interesting particle.
Yes.
去看看嘛，去看看嘛。
Yeah.
Ma at the end. Well, this is a different ma from the question making ma.
And this is neutral tone.
Yes.
Right.
And this ma means it softens the tone and also has a degree of convincing persuasion.
Yes, yes, yeah.
去看看嘛。
Not unlike the particle ba, right? In some
Yeah,
ways.
quite similar.
In some ways.
Quite close.
Now, from a pronunciation perspective, could we contrast the particle, the question particle, and then the neutral tone here?
Sure. Ma, ma. So a slightly higher tone, a
Yeah.
pitch for the question
Yeah,
ma.
yeah.
And here we have ma, ma. 去看看嘛，去
Yeah.
看看嘛。
Yeah.
A slightly falling tone.
Yes, there you go. Well, your uninspired friend has no intention of going, and therefore,
我不想去，我不想去。
我不想去. I'm not interested. I'm not doing it. 我不想. I don't want to.
I think they're quite close friends.
I think they are.
close enough to hurt each other's feelings.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Close enough to reveal their Philistinism.
Yes. Have you been to a 美术馆 in China?
Is
Ken?
this a trick question?
No.
Okay.
We
Yes.
know each other well enough. Well, let's listen to the dialogue first and maybe we can share some experience.
Okay.
And a particular interesting point about Chinese art
Yeah.
in general.
Oh, yes, good point.
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
对话第一遍，
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
第二遍，
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
第三遍，
我们去美术馆吧，
为什么？
我想看看画。
你自己去吧，我不懂艺术，
我也不懂，去看看嘛。
我不想去。
In fact, I have been. I've been to several art galleries and museums and stuff, and also some of the modern stuff I'm quite interested in. Not least because it's an amazing investment. If you bought art here in the 90s, particularly certain artists, of course,
yes.
you would make fortune selling it because there's.
Are you one of
obsessed.
those people, Ken?
I did buy some pieces. I didn't make
How
fortunes.
visionary of you.
Well, I think I've kept the pieces. I mean, I haven't sold them, but let's say if I did, I guess I certainly would have made something on them. But it's really interesting. I mean, attitudes to art in China are quite different in some ways.
Well, I think especially with traditional Chinese art,
Yes.
it's very all-encompassing and cross-genre.
Indeed.
A lot of the old masters, they were outstanding in painting,
Yes.
calligraphy, and poetry.
Well, this is the amazing thing about Chinese
Yeah.
art, you see, because all of those things are completely intertwined, right?
Yes.
If, for example, you wrote poetry, you have to know calligraphy. Right?
Yes.
So, and if you know calligraphy, you pretty much dab hand, as it were, no pun intended, with a brush,
Yeah.
in which case you'd be able to paint.
Yes. Very often you see all these three art forms combined
Exactly.
together, especially in traditional Chinese paintings.
Yeah.
Most likely you will see a small poem
Yeah.
in the bottom of the painting.
Exactly.
Which is the work of the painter.
Yeah.
And shows both poetry skill and calligraphy skills.
Oh, you see how talented these guys were.
Yeah.
So you're more than likely, I think, to see a landscape.
Yes.
Now, it could be a very broad landscape, or it could be a
Just
duck
a
pond or
flower.
something.
Yeah.
Or some, ducks swimming in a lake or something.
Yes.
And on the bottom, then is that little poem. And
Fascinating stuff.
well, it is. I just like the idea that the way the three are really interrelated.
Yeah.
There isn't a Chinese Picasso in that sense. Who though are some of the grand masters traditionally who have done, let's say, these combinations in Chinese culture? Who?
There was a group of 4 talented gentlemen in Ming Dynasty,
Ming Dynasty.
who were very good at both all the 3 art forms.
Now, would you care to tell us their names?
Tang Ying, Wen Zhenming, and the other two go to ChinesePod.com. We'll put a link there.
Wow.
Just a small cliffhanger.
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, I know that some of the poems are really clever as well,
Yeah.
really funny. And one of the great ways to display your refinement was, say, you were having, with your officials friends,
Yes.
having dinner would be to be able to get up and take your brush and write beautifully a poem on the wall to capture the wonderful
Yes.
evening's events. So there you go. There's art in China for you, kind of different. I think there are some really, really interesting differences in the way art is conceived here and in the West, but we don't have that much time to go into it, do we?
We'll be back tomorrow with a new topic.
Yes, we will.
However, for today's discussion, you can check Chinese
Well,
Pod.
indeed, and I'd like to come back to art, maybe at another point. But anyway, yes, we have to get out of here. We're being
Yes.
signaled. Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
再见.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0833.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0833 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0833.